So you're thinking about moving to Bozeman, Montana. You keep seeing it on all of those best places to live lists, and you're wondering why everyone loves Bozeman so much. As one of the fastest growing small towns in America, people have certainly discovered Bozeman and are moving here in droves. But what makes it so attractive to so many people? Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering those questions and showing you all over different things to do, as well as the culture, the dining, the education. We're going to talk about all of it and why people love Bozeman so much. So let's get right to it. It can be hard to put your finger on just what makes Bozeman so special. But for so many of us, it's the simple little things. You know, the friendly conversations on the chairlift, the nod from a stranger walking down the street, the wonderful folks and farmers at all of the different farmers markets and everything. And everything that makes Bozeman so special is rooted in the mountains, the community, and the people. People in Bozeman tend to have the work-life balance pretty well sorted out. It's not uncommon to leave your desk on a Friday afternoon, head out to the mountains, and be camping in the backcountry in just a few hours. It's kind of all about that work hard, play hard lifestyle. Quality of education is another major factor that people here absolutely value. And the education here goes far beyond the classroom. With field trips to places, historical sites like Lewis and Clark Caverns, and of course the Missouri Headwaters State Park, and other wonderful locations like that, even Yellowstone National Park. The Bozeman public school system is absolutely top-notch, highly rated on websites like greatschools.org and leaf.com. And Montana State University is thriving as the largest university in the state of Montana, setting enrollment records for 12 out of the last 14 years. And certainly the culture and various events around the area are absolutely big aspects for people as well. I am right here in Lindley Park. This is actually the location of one of the biggest art festivals that takes place every August, called the Sweet Pea Festival. While it is a largely outdoor-focused community, there are more and more things to do and things going on all over the valley that aren't solely outdoor focused. This small mountain town houses so much creativity and inspiration, with countless writers and artists, musicians, and so much more, making Bozeman home. It is absolutely bursting with talent. And of course, all of that artistic talent being featured and showcased on various stages and theaters, galleries, both large and small, and the various festivals all over the area. The Bozeman Symphony offers a wonderful opportunity to see incredible local classical musicians in that sort of setting. And of course, there are some absolutely phenomenal outdoor music festivals and venues all over the area. And there's a growing number of indoor music venues as well, all of those attracting both traveling musicians as well as amazing local artists. Downtown Bozeman is a beautiful historical area where a lot of the local events are held, as well as quirky local shops, dining, gift shops, clothing, and so much more. But downtown isn't the only area with different events going on. Of course, there's the Elm just a couple blocks away from me over here as well, which is a newer event venue or music venue, which is absolutely spectacular. And Bozeman's food scene is not what you'd expect in a small town in Montana either, with new restaurants popping up all the time and some of the old favorites that have been around forever. There's absolutely something for everyone, from, copper whiskey bars, fried pickles, to fine dining at heists with incredible steaks and high-end dining there, as well as the Blackbird Kitchen with handcrafted pastas. And then over on campus, we've got Granny's Donuts with some of the best donuts I've ever had. There are coffee shops all over the area, as well as, locally crafted ice cream, just like right behind me here, Genuine Ice Cream Shop. Of course, for an absolutely phenomenal experience, there is the Sky Shed, which is on top, on the rooftop, I should say, of the Kimpton Armory Hotel for drinks and dining. Not to mention Blanc Wine Bar, which is right next door to Heist, which has absolutely incredible craft cocktails as well as food and appetizers. Now, of course, we can't fail to mention all of the different breweries all over Bozeman. Bozeman definitely loves its beer, and some of those breweries are some of the best food in the valley, in my opinion, as well. If you're looking for something A little bit more affordable, want to grab a locally crafted beer, Bridger Brewing has some absolutely phenomenal pizza, in my opinion, the best in the valley. And of course, the Museum of the Rockies, just near Montana State University, is an absolute treasure here in the valley, with, permanent exhibits, dinosaurs, you name it, and all kinds of traveling exhibits as well. It's an absolutely wonderful place to check out, and we go there very regularly. There's also the American Robotics and Computer Museum, which is absolutely fascinating as well. And of course, we are in the West, so there's going to be rodeos all over the area in the summertime, from Big Sky to Three Forks to Livingston. The football scene at Montana State University is absolutely wonderful. There's a great rivalry with one of the other universities here in the state. And then, of course, right downtown Bozeman, there's an absolutely wonderful public library, with something for everybody. It's, mom taught classes and all kinds of other things going on right there at the library, which is off of that Lit Lake Park where I was just a little bit ago. And for kids of all ages, of course, there is the wonderful Science Museum right in town. So there's plenty to do for absolutely everyone, and it's just so immersed in the culture and arts and community here. Overall, Bozeman is home to incredibly active, outdoor-focused people. And with that, of course, everybody enjoys getting out into the mountains and adventuring and stuff, but there's also plenty to do in town. We've got several yoga studios, fitness facilities, gyms. There's a wonderful climbing gym called Spire, just over on the south side, closer to Montana State University. And of course, the hot springs in the Four Corners area is absolutely wonderful with an indoor gym, as well as several pools, both indoor and out. And although they may get a little bit mixed up at times and may not be completely equal or even, we do consider ourselves pretty lucky that we get to experience all four seasons. Winter does tend to crowd into spring, and of course, sometimes it comes a little early in the fall, but there's almost nothing quite like being able to experience all four of those seasons, and that beautiful, a blanket of snow on the bridges when you wake up in the morning is absolutely stunning. As well as, of course, the crisp fall colored leaves against the bright blue Montana sky. And with some of the biggest skiing in America just an hour away south of town in Big Sky, as well as the, cold smoke powder at Bridger Bowl, and of course some of the best fly fishing in the world, as well as some of the top destinations for ice climbing, this is an absolute outdoor enthusiast paradise. It's easy to see why Bozeman is an outdoor enthusiast dream come true. For those living in Bozeman, the toughest decision isn't, figuring out something to do, it's figuring out which one to do. But before we get into all of that mountains and outdoor adventure, my name is Hallie. I am a born and raised Bozemanite. I'm also a local real estate agent, helping people relocate, move, and just simply find their place here in Southwest Montana. From Bozeman to Belgrade, all the way to Three Forks, over to Livingston, and down south to Big Sky, and everywhere in between. My phone number and email are right here, and you can also use the link in the description if you'd like to learn a little bit more or set up a one-on-one Zoom call. I'm here to help you find the right place for you so that you fall in love with this place the same way that I do. And I definitely wouldn't want you to move to the wrong spot. So jot down that info and feel free to reach out and get in touch. So getting right back to it, let's get out into the mountains and check out everything that Bozeman has to offer in the great outdoors. So one of the main things that Bozeman is so well known for is the outdoor recreation, outdoor adventure opportunities here. We're absolutely surrounded here in the Gallatin Valley by mountain ranges and absolutely beautiful vistas, much like the one right behind me here. So I'm right here at Highlight Reservoir, just about 20 minutes outside of Bozeman, and it's one of my favorite spots to come up and do a little bit of hiking. There's also camping spots, and obviously people getting out on the water a little bit as well, mostly stand-up paddle boards and canoes and that kind of thing. No motorized vehicles on this body of water, at least. But one of the first outdoor things that I wanted to touch on today is actually the skiing and snowboarding. That's one of the things that Bozeman is fairly well known for, with Bridger Bowl just 20 minutes outside of Bozeman and Big Sky about an hour south as well. Those are the two main ski areas nearby. Bridger Bowl being more of a, a local spot. It's not quite as much of a resort style feel, and Big Sky being a world-class destination resort with tons of, heated seat lifts with a tram to the peak that offers bucket list type descents. But when you compare the two, they really are quite different in different mountain ranges with a very different experience all around. Bridger Bowl is known in particular for their powder days. So these storms come through the valley, they go over the Bridger Ridge and absolutely dump this light, fluffy, powdery, dry snow that feels like you are absolutely floating on a cloud. It's phenomenal. But Bridger and Big Sky are not the only places to go skiing around here. Of course, there are other smaller ski areas like Showdown and Discovery not too far away, as well as plenty of backcountry options with a tour, or you can go out by yourself. Just be sure that you are well aware of the snow conditions and everything going on with the snowpack, because there are some areas out here that are known for avalanches. So, you want to make sure that you know what you're doing out there. If you're going to go skinning or go snowmobiling or anything like that as well. In addition to the snowmobiling, skiing, snowboarding, both backcountry and ski resorts, there's of course other fun things to do outside in the winter, if you can believe it. There is incredible cross-country skiing in several different areas. You can go snowshoeing. One of my favorite places to go snowshoeing is actually behind us here on the reservoir in the middle of winter. It's absolutely a blast, and the views are stunning then as well. There's also, a few places where you can go ice skating, and then there's also ice climbing for those who are a little bit more adventurous in some of the different canyons, on waterfalls, and things like that. Mountain biking is another absolute favorite for Bozemanites like myself. There are plenty of places to do that as well. You can go up to Big Sky Resort, of course, and they've got a bike haul system with the lifts, and it's downhill mountain biking. There's also other options on trails like Truman Gulch, just outside of Bozeman to the north. So mountain biking is another really big favorite pastime around here. Another favorite right here in Highlight Canyon, as well as Gallatin Canyon and the Bozeman Pass, is rock climbing. So there's phenomenal rock climbing all over this area, and there are some outfitters that will do guided climbs with you as well. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, in town, one of my personal favorites is Spire Climbing Gym. So it's an amazing climbing gym with all kinds of different routes, and they're doing camps and lessons and things all the time. So it's an absolutely wonderful experience if you're new to the idea of climbing and you want to check it out and do a little bit indoors first. And of course, we cannot forget to mention getting out on the water. So the fly fishing around the Gallatin Valley overall is absolutely incredible. There are guiding outfitters that will take you out and show you the ropes a little bit. There's also plenty of opportunities to get out there by yourself on the Yellowstone River, the Madison River, and the Gallatin. And then that's, not even mentioning the other opportunities like the stand-up paddleboarding and everything happening behind me, fishing opportunities right here at Highlight Reservoir as well. And then, of course, you could do things that are a little bit more adventurous as well. There's wonderful whitewater rafting out there on the Gallatin River up in Gallatin Canyon. And then if you wanted to go and do something with maybe a motorized watercraft, do a little bit of wakeboarding or wake surfing or water skiing, anything like that, the best opportunities are just outside of Helena, Montana on those lakes, just about 90 minutes away from Bozeman. And of course, one of the local summer, favorite pastimes is a good float down the Madison River. There's a portion of it that's really mellow. There's great spots to get in the water and get back out of the water for a nice long float, just a relaxing time on the river as well. And the camping right up here in the Highlight Canyon area is absolutely phenomenal. Driving past a few of those campsites, they are absolutely wonderful, but they do fill up. So it's definitely important to, either reserve your spot if it's a reservation one, or get there early if you're looking to do any camping, especially on the weekends. And certainly Highlight is not the only place to do some incredible hiking all around Bozeman. Some of the more iconic trails right outside of Bozeman to the north, just in the mouth of the Bridgers there are the M Trail and Drinking Horse. Of course, a little bit further back from that, you can get to, I mentioned Truant Gulch, which is a great spot for mountain biking, but it's also a great hiking spot. If you wanted to head up towards Big Sky, you've got Ouzel Falls and the absolutely stunning Beehive Basin. And of course, in that Gallatin Canyon, there are plenty of other options going up to Castle Rock, as well as Lava Lake. And then to the south of town, not up here in highlight, of course, you've got Leverage Canyon, you've got Cottonwood Canyon, Sourdough Canyon. There's all these amazing places to get out and enjoy and go for a hike, whether it's, a mile paved right up here at Palisade Falls, or something a little bit more adventurous if you were to go all the way up to Highlight Lake and pass all the different waterfalls along the way here, and then some of the other trails like Kirk Hill that are also a little bit more simple. So there's a variety and options for everyone. Of course, Bozeman has plenty of other options. You don't have to drive all the way out into the mountains. There are parks all over town with tons of open green space and incredible views. The Glen Lake Rotary Park has nice little trails and a small body of water there in town. Many of us refer to as Bozeman Beach. There's also the linear trail that goes right through Bozeman. And of course, there is the 100-acre regional park, as well as plenty of other designated dog parks and so much more. So you really don't have to venture outside of Bozeman if you're short on time or whatever. There's plenty of other really cool spots to check out right in town as well. Bozeman is a very outdoor-focused town. There is everything from mountain biking and climbing to, golf and so much more. We are surrounded by mountain ranges, rivers, and all of this beauty all around us, like you see behind me here. And with all of that, of course, there's plenty to do outside of Bozeman within a short or longer drive. Montana is enormous and absolutely beautiful almost anywhere you're gonna go. We've got Yellowstone 90 minutes south of here, of course, as well as Glacier National Park being about 6 hours north in the state, or in the northwest part of the state, I should say. And the countless lakes, rivers, and mountains all around and in between. Montanans absolutely love to get outdoors. I've got several other videos all over Bozeman discussing different neighborhoods, different price points on homes, and what real estate is like, as well as different towns nearby like Three Forks, Livingston, and Big Sky. And of course, if you want to know everything there is to know about living here in Bozeman and these surrounding areas here in Southwest Montana, be sure to click and watch the video that's about to pop up right here so you can decide if it's the right place for you. And as always, whether you're looking to buy or sell or move or invest in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, or even a year, feel free to get in touch. All my information is in the description below, and I would be honored to help you find your place here in beautiful Bozeman and the surrounding areas here in Southwest Montana. And until next time, I hope to see you out here.